Don't you mind?
Good evening, ladies and
Don't you want to
gentlemen.
know?
We are tonight's entertainment, despite what you may or may not have heard before we went on. This is the We Stomped You Out show. I am Steve. I got my buddy Keith right over here to my left. Your right, with his very Christmassy, festive background. Hey, buddy, you got to lean over to the left for something? Anything? You got to pick something up off the floor?
Oh yeah.
That's a nice ornament too. Right down there in this corner, right there is Timmy Tabala.
What up?
And right
What's going on, guys?
down here is Mr. Rodriguez, Senor Rodriguez,
Welcome.
Jesus Rodriguez.
Jefe.
That's me. Jefe. You call me Jefe too?
We are in first place, guys. Still at it, first place. Big upset. Got a lot to talk about today. Lots of positives. But one positive that we cannot go too long without talking about, and hopefully it's not like a 12-second deal today, is
we'll
Brooklyn
see.
Water Coffee Roasters.
BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From the roaster to you.
Slow it down. And you're on mute.
He just muted. He's lying. He's baking. You could tell. What is he doing?
He's mute.
I didn't mute myself. He muted me, so I'm going to go back to mute until he unmutes me. And I'm going to keep talking as fast as I can.
Who's
Who's muting?
I got my phone in my hand.
I'm not gonna.
He muted himself and he blamed Farachi.
I didn't.
Awesome.
I didn't mute myself. My mouse is over here. See my mouse? It was over here, and I just broke it. Thanks to you and your filthy mouth. You're making me stall by arguing with you, and it's Shazbot. You got to.
I didn't say anything.
Shazbot.
I'm not even saying a word.
He's arguing with himself again. Look, he put himself on mute.
You guys could all use a cup of coffee, but from
Look.
where? I don't know.
I think it should be from
Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters.
.com. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Come.
Keith, you could do it.
Come on.
You have the power.
No.
Come out of the hole. Come out of the hole, little puppy. Come on.
What? Are you sure you're just not hitting something?
He's seriously on mute? He can't be serious.
He was.
Right, you muted me and unmuted me, so let's get real.
I didn't. I have my
Okay,
phone in my
so
hand.
now I'm going to mute myself, and I'm not going to unmute myself till you admit the truth.
He's like a little baby boy. Now you cut him. You did you kill him?
No, I would.
Where is he?
He's
What?
there.
What are you doing to poor Keith, man?
No,
Farachi.
I didn't touch a thing.
You can't unmute him because he muted himself.
Oh, nice.
Great.
How many calories are in that again, Farachi?
1.
Today's show is brought to you by Wendy's French Fries.
Ah,
There you go, Timmy.
talk about those calories versus the coffee.
Actually, a friend of mine posted a pot of chili, and I realized something that he made. I love chili. I make a great chili, by the way. But the best chili is a chili that comes out looking
you
like
guys
it was
understand
after it was
him?
cooked.
Yeah.
Oh.
You having trouble again? I
Oh,
prefer no bean chili, Keith. Can you do one of those for me?
Darn, this-
No, what kind of person are you? No beans? You don't like coconuts? Who are you?
Can you talk about the appropriate beans, please? Thank you.
Oh, but you'll drink coffee beans, but you don't like beans in your chili?
I don't chew the coffee beans. The consistency on
I
beans
chew
is
coffee
horrible.
beans. You never chewed a roasted coffee bean?
I have before, but you said drink.
The consistency of beans and chili? When was the last time you tried them? Does your wife still cut the crust off your peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I make my own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
On that note, BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From their roaster to your front door, only the finest beans are hand-selected for your
Finest.
pleasure. They want to please you. They're dying to please you with their beans.
Sexy beans.
Sexy beans. And they have some delicious, sexy flavors that they put on those beans, such as dark roast, dark chocolate. It is a rich, chocolatey, dark roasted coffee. And it's chocolate, so it's got to be terrible for you, right, Faraj? How many calories come in that?
Absolutely zero.
That's a 0. That's a big fat 0 before you said 1. So you lied, but I'll forgive you and we'll move on.
But it was a 1.
Now you're insulting me, so we're gonna go
He
back
said
on mute.
he's going back on mute.
Listen, I gotta keep my hands here, so you'll see.
Me too. I'm sharing.
There's a bunch of delicious flavors for Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, such as the dark roast dark chocolate. Then there's Winter Wonderland, which I always promote because I love Winter Wonderland. It is a delicious, I think it's a white chocolatey blend. I don't even know what's in it, but if you go to the website www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com, and it's nutritious. They give a brief description of all the flavors they have. And there's also the high energy line. It's 50% more caffeine per cup. And by the way, just to go back real quick, why Farachi was muting me last night when we did the Put in the Book show, I went through this commercial so quick that his little panties got in a bunch. So now he's trying to delay it, and he's successful at it because he knew I'd take the bait.
Why did you go through it so quickly?
The 50% more caffeine per cup.
Why did you go through it so quickly?
It's called the Farachi Wah coffee. Because when he whans, you want to run so fast. Then there's also the Jacked Up Cupcake, which is a rich cupcake, vanilla flavored coffee. It's really delicious. 50% more caffeine. There's also what we like to call our friend over here, Rodriguez. Then there's the Cinnabuzz, also part of the 50% more caffeine line. And those two delicious flavors have how many calories, Tim?
Knew that was coming.
You knew I was going to skip
so predictable.
Yes, I am. That's
he
why
does it all the time.
That's why you love me, Bay.
Love you.
And if you don't like flavors, you don't have to drink flavors. There's also medium roast and regular roast coffees. It is all available for you to view on www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. And if you use the code Pop Culture Pros right now, and you order 2 bags, you'll get your 3rd bag free. So you can try the different flavors if you want, or you can just stock up on the regular coffee. It's all delicious. It's all great. And like I said, it's hand selected for you, and it's roasted in small batches. So it's not like some of these companies where they just have some big giant pot where they roast. No, they hand small roasted, small batch roasted for you and your pleasure. Check them out, www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. From their roastery to your front door, guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. Act now and use the code POPCULTUREPROS and get your 3rd bag free. Boom.
Excellent.
Just jumping on a couple of the comments. Linda, appreciate it. Keep up the great work, guys. Check their show out. They do a morning show, get some great guests on that show, and they share it out the Pop Culture Pros group on Facebook.
Oh, fantastic.
And then Mr. Zant, who is going to be coming on at right around 7:30 with episode 2 of his program, the A to Z program with Eric Zant. He's got a tremendous guest on tonight, so check him out immediately following us here.
Eric, you put a period before you put the ICLES. What happened? Never mind, everybody's slow. Keep moving.
What?
No.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Bam!
Boom!
In the bag.
All right, so there's that. So, all right, so before we get started here, we did have a loss of the family today. Got this bad boy right here, Ray Perkins.
Oh, look at that, Mr. Ray Perkins.
Passed away.
With the Mob Bell headphones. Look at that.
Yeah, man,
wow.
look at that.
I saw that early, and I didn't link those two there. But
Old school.
Rodriguez, you got a couple of words you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to do a toast to our old coach, Ray Perkins. 3 years left us for Alabama, went back to college. Really, dude? But you left us with LT. You left us with Phil Simms. You left us with Harry Carson. You left us with Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Great job, brother. Toast.
Thank you, Coach Perkins.
All right. All right. Let's get a good show out here for the coach. So, first things first.
Don't forget real quick. He also went to Alabama to replace Bear Bryant, which was a no-win situation for that poor guy. But he did win 3 ball games. He did win 3, but he replaced Bear Bryant, which was like, replacing Parcells or Belichick. So
pretty
much.
Good for him.
God, you said.
Okay, that's it.
All right, so let's get to some good shit.
stuff.
Last week, we went to Seattle, and
Sucks.
we took care of them boys out there in Seattle.
Stomped you out.
We did 17-12. None of us predicted that score, but it was I don't care what the score is as long as the Giants get
What
the
did
victory.
we predict? Do you have it?
I actually do here somewhere.
I'm
Leave
just
out was
curious.
close.
Last
See
week, my
how close
show
we
notes. Yes, so Rodriguez. I mean, you guys were all in the vicinity. I was trash. Rodriguez had 19-10
Oh,
vicinity,
Loss.
but a loss.
Yeah, but
yeah,
a
you had a
loss.
reverse. So I predicted the loss too. Timmy 17-10, Keith 16-10.
You probably should write it.
And yes.
yeah, I remember that.
And then I had the Seahawks winning 24-14. So
Wow.
there we have it.
I mean, that
But
defense.
So I would like to just say that the believers are on the right side of the screen and the naysayers on the left. Carry on.
Oh,
but I
Okay.
did. So for the show, I predicted the Seahawks were going to win, but I did put my money on the Giants, and they were 4.5 to 1 odds. So
that's a great
Good.
job.
that's good stuff there. I'm going to do the same this week if they ever release the Cardinals thing, but we'll get to that. All right,
It's
so
2.5, but anyway.
the spread is, but it's not out for betting right now for some reason. You gotta look into that.
We'll get into that.
Degenerate.
I am. All right, so Timmy, I'm so trying a little something new here. Going to scroll some stats along the bottom here, like we're a professional
that.
damn show here.
Ooh, I like it.
So I'll throw it over to you, Timmy, as we always do. Good, bad, ugly. Maybe no ugly this week.
I mean, the offense is always kind of ugly, but they weren't really bad this week. Gallman had another great game. Colt McCoy did what he had to do. Interception really wasn't his fault. He did throw a touchdown, which, like I said, I already heard it. Oh, well, he's better than Daniel Jones because he threw that one touchdown. Give me a
I've
break.
seen it out there, guys. I've seen
I
it.
threw that, and I remember that text I sent over to you guys. Yep.
Yeah.
Tim hit the money.
Yeah. But yeah, man, the story again, defense. What a ridiculous defense that we got going. Pete Carroll had fits. The Seahawks had fits. Russell Wilson was having fits. And it was, I'm just so happy with this defense. I haven't been happy with this defense since our last Super Bowl run. And you know what? I think I put this in our chat. Of all the plays, it wasn't the interceptions or the sacks. My favorite play was Carter Coughlin, the rookie linebacker. Russell Wilson rolls out to the right. He stood parallel with him. Didn't try to rush him. Said, I'm not going to try to rush him because he knows Russell Wilson will juke his ass. He stayed with him. Russell Wilson went back. He stayed with him. Didn't try to make the rush. And what happened? Gets him for it was a 2-yard gain, but it could have been much worse. That's something you can't teach a linebacker, especially a young kid. I love this kid. Tay Crowder had a great game. He was another rookie. We got 3 rookie linebackers, guys, and they're doing the job.
Yeah.
And
Which
then I
is
might as well put up
unheard
my formal apology now to Mr. Leonard Williams. I apologize. I don't know if you're still worth a 3 and a 5 yet, but you're doing a hell of a job, my friend. You deserve to be franchised, and I apologize for all the bad things I said about you. But you were a Jet, so you're a Jet. You gotta wipe that stink off.
You gotta really earn it
before you get forgiven.
Wow.
You gotta really earn it. Yeah, coming from the Jets. But yeah, man, defense, so damn good.
Yeah, the defense was tremendous. 2.5 sacks for Leonard Williams. He gets Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. Tremendous all around. And I told you guys as soon as it happened, that last pass where Russell Wilson heaved it felt like it was in the air for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm not even exaggerating. It was like
Big-time lollipop.
hello. And then
As soon as the full quarter started, I wrote heart attack time.
Yeah,
that was it. You knew it was going to be heart attack time now.
Super close. And then when the ball came down, I jumped. My son was watching with me. I jumped in the air, high five, and completely forgot that my wife was upstairs trying to put the baby to sleep. So that went out the window. Keith, anything to add to the thoughts from Sunday's game?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of echoing everything Tim said. I love seeing Pete Carroll have a heart attack. He was so frustrated, which is a big credit to Giants game planning from both sides of the ball. I mean, quite frankly, with Colt McCoy as your quarterback, you have to do a lot of different finagling, I'll say, on the offensive side of the ball to make sure you're going to score some points or stay in the game or at least hold some possession time. And they really did a fantastic job. Kudos to the offensive line, who has been getting killed all year, rightfully so. But as we said last week, in the last 3 weeks before that, before the Seattle game, they have made tremendous strides, and they have really come so far in this game. I mean, Gallman, 135 yards in this game is really. I mean, the guy Gallman is talented. I'm so glad we have him, and I can't wait to see the tandem of him and Barkley together. But you really got to credit a lot of that to the offensive line, because they knew we were going to do mostly running, and he still ran for 135 yards.
Yeah.
Kudos to both Gallman and the offensive line. And I also want to give a little shout out to the enemy. Russell, what's his last name again? Westbrook, Jonathan, Bob Wilson, that guy. He, I don't want to give him that much credit. That's why I said that. His post game presser. If you listen to his post game presser, he was really honest, and he gave a lot of credit to the Giants. And he pointed out one thing which I didn't notice until he mentioned it, and then I went back and looked. He said the Giants did an amazing job at disguising their blitzes. And I started going back and looking at some of the plays, like on Giants.com and stuff like that. And they really did, which is a credit, again, to Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham has been our saving grace. Thankfully, Coach Judge has allowed him to just kind of do his thing. And he's really molded his defense. And they're all falling into the Judge and doing a great job. So, I mean, I can go on, but I'll just kind of stop there since we don't have all night to do a show. It was a great game. It was a lot of fun.
I hope and pray we keep Graham. I hope he sees it through. Let's put it that. But they're going to come knocking. After what he's done this year with that defense, those teams are going to come knocking. I really hope they can keep it for like 2-3 years.
I guess we can jump into that after.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to leave. He doesn't have to leave. That's on him. If he's building something, he's a guy with character. He'll stay for a year or two and try to play it out.
Unless someone opens a checkbook. Checkbook is always
You want to win a Super Bowl if you're a competitor. At least in my book. If you're not here with me to win a Super Bowl, then get the hell out anyway.
Well, right, and you'll see defensive and offensive coordinators stick into a system that they really believe in over a coaching job. But then again, hopefully, in addition to that, he learns from somebody like Spags, who ran away and sucked.
Yeah, but we've been saying all along. What have we been saying? We need a pass rusher. Now we have a 99. Now we have a 99 on our team. Unlike the Jets, whatever. We have a 99 now. He's rushing the pass. He's rushing. He's getting in there. The defense looks so much better, man. They can attack. They can blitz. They can run around like they're crazy maniacs. It's fantastic, man. I love it. Linebackers, I love it, man. I'm so happy to see this.
And if our offensive line didn't mature in the way they have through the course of the season, we would have got murdered. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, well.
Yeah. The defense would have helped them
Well,
down.
yeah, because you got to start.
Coach, right?
Yeah.
He saved them. He's made them great again.
He's the savior.
He's the savior.
Yeah, Donnie. I mean, I was wrong. Also, my money was right, but my prediction on the show was wrong. The guys on this side of the fence were right on the show
because we have the power.
Thankfully, you have the power. All right. One thing that I just wanted to mention really quickly, and it was brought up a little bit earlier today. And it talks about the coronavirus and more cases and whatnot, and how it could potentially impact the Jets and the Giants if New Jersey goes through a shutdown, much like the county over in California. And actually, I think all of California has now gone under a real kind of shutdown kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the 49ers had to move to Arizona to play their games. So and it's a little odd to me that the NFL has contingency plans for all the teams in the NFL just in case their state gets shut down, but they won't say what that contingency plan is for one reason or another. But because if you're doing New Jersey, now your contingency plan for 2 teams has to go into action. Same for Florida, but we know Florida's never going to shut down.
Citi Field, Yankee Stadium. That's what I would imagine. Taking a guess, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But then if New Jersey shuts down, how far behind is New York? But we'll see how that goes. I guess the Rams are still good, right?
USS
the Rams are still
Intrepid in international waters.
There you go. But then they gotta quarantine for two weeks because they're coming.
Go up to Delaware.
Delaware.
No one's there.
Do something in Maine. It's got no stadiums in Maine.
Hang out.
Doesn't matter if it's a college stadium. Nothing, right?
Doesn't matter. Who cares? No one's there.
I mean, yeah. All right. So So huge upset for the Giants. Now the rumblings are really happening. Now you got the Bill Simmons saying, "Holy shit, where the hell did this team come from?" And then he says, and then I look up, and this team has been pretty good for a solid 8 weeks now.
They've been really good,
right? And he put money. Good. He put money. He does. It's called a $1 million bet, and it's fake money. So they start off with like $5 million of fake money at the beginning of the year. And then they bet and whatnot. So with his last $50,000 for that particular week, he put on the Giants. He said the Giants are going to win this game, guaranteed, and he nailed it. And then they taped their show on Sunday night, and they said the Redskins won't be able to lose another game because they're clearly going to lose tomorrow. That shit did not freaking happen. 2 things pissed me off because I'm a degenerate and it busted up my parlay. And number 2, kept they stayed with us at 5 and 7, although
they couldn't give us
technically
a
they're a game
spotlight
out
for a couple hours,
right?
Beyond 5 or 6 wins straight.
We had upset of the year, not anymore.
Yeah,
any team beyond 5 or 6 wins is hard to bet on because they are bound to lose. You got to always play the odds. So if they won 6 straight. They're playing the worst team. That's a trap game,
Yeah.
It just. But I mean, nobody would have seen the Steelers losing to the Redskins. But Alex Smith is coming back strong. The Redskins D line is looking pretty decent.
It's the defense. The Steelers hadn't seen a defense, as good as theirs in weeks.
And Alex Smith
certainly
didn't
really
see it. Game manager. He's
Yes. And we played the Steelers pretty close week 1, but
Steelers are suspect.
Yeah, think about it. The Giants had the defense that they have right now. We would win that game. We would have won that game.
No, they barely beat the Bengals third squad.
The Steelers are not a strong 11-1 team.
Statistically, the Steelers are not.
The Chiefs will wax them.
They're not.
No, the Chiefs will wax them.
Rodriguez. Isn't that so weird? We literally just all agreed that 11-1, and they're kind of
the suspect.
Kind of just like suspect.
It's sad though,
and overrated. That's so weird. Like
overrated,
just to hear, right? Are the Jets underrated?
No.
Okay.
Jets are right where they belong.
Sorry, I took it too far.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, the Jets are a really good team. They got an amazing coach, Adam Gase. Let's look at him for a little bit. He was with the Dolphins and failed there. And right off the gate, when they fired him, they hired a failure immediately. Should I keep going?
I know.
No.
I know.
Let's just stop there.
They fire a good defensive coordinator.
And that's
because of this guy.
It was a dumb move. It was a dumb play, but it's not his fault. He is. If anything's good on that team, halfway good, it's the defense. Everything else is just kind of garbage.
Now hold on 1 second. I cannot be the only person that thinks that was done on purpose.
Yeah, that was a deflection.
To get the loss. Yeah, to get the loss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
defense was done on purpose. Like nobody gets that wide open. You
don't rush 6 players with like less than a minute left up by a few points. You play prevent.
So
why would you want to lose? Timmy?
The pick. They want Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, of course. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But all these guys. there's so many guys out there that are, these experts and whatnot, and they're not calling this out. They're saying what a stupid play. No shit, it was so stupid that it was done. It was done on purpose. No. And then they use this guy as a scapegoat, and probably, here's $5 million on the way out. Appreciate you.
Yeah. A lot of these Jeff Van pages are killing Trevor Lawrence, saying he's garbage. He's going to be nothing. Don't go for him. Trade down.
I don't know about that either. It's just like baseball prospects. Who that? I mean, we have Colt McCoy.
So. The second that you start hiring bringing in those veterans, those little 1-2 plug type of veterans, and your team sucks, you're just giving the season in.
Yeah,
it's just giving up. It's not talking.
But it's a good. When you think about another team in that division that was kind of doing the same thing, they were trading all their veteran guys. I'm talking about the Dolphins. For they had like 37,000 picks last draft, and all of a sudden, were they 8-3, 8-4, something like that? They're immediately contenders, and it's not Tua. I'm telling you right now, it's not Tua, because you could put either one of those quarterbacks in there, but it's their defense. The offensive line has improved, but I got to give it to the Dolphins this time, because over the last 20 years or so after Marino, they've tried to rebuild like 9 different times, and this time
they never did, Faraci. They always tried. They stay status quo,
or like to cover, right?
They wanted to be 8-8. They didn't want to be that bad. To truly rebuild, they had to go bad, and they never let.
And they never tried it right. So they never did it right. They never did the right way.
Really did it. Just now they did, and look.
And Brian Flores.
Look, somebody's upset because we're talking about that.
Well, I'm talking in a positive way, though. Brian Flores has been just, insane. I think it could boil down to him and Joe Judge for Coach of the Year.
Oh, screw Brian Flores.
Boom! There you go.
What are you talking about? What?
That's exactly the reaction. That's exactly the reaction I wanted.
Like how quick
that was perfect. Like we couldn't have done that more perfect if I had told you to plan this out before the show.
No, you didn't tell me anything.
That was great.
That's just how I feel. Thank you.
That was great.
It was like a switch. Like Flores is a great coach.
Boom!
It comes down to him and Judge. Fuck that guy.
Exactly.
The level of improvement between what Judge did with the Giants and Flores did with the Jets last year to this year is ridiculous. You cannot compare the two. Flores last year, I would say, hey, maybe that's like a Coach of the Year type of candidate, because you saw the promise, you saw the direction, you saw where he took the team after Gase left. They were. And kind of the same thing. We were in the Shermer hole. Judge came in, and even when we were in the beginning of the year and not winning many games,
Shermer,
you just knew that this guy and his system was going to take you somewhere. Now look at the last 7 games. We're 5-2, and the defense have not given up more than 25 points in that stretch. And
those 2 games we lost by a combined 3 points.
Right, so you got to say, I mean, to me, he's one of the top candidates for Coach of the Year for sure.
Imagine
he made us competitive.
Yes, imagine those 2 games. We're on this show. We're talking about a 7-game winning streak. We're talking about 7-5 at that point. But it is what it is. We lost those 2 games. Right. We have taken such steps forward, such giant steps forward that
pun intended.
We were. I gotta plug in before everything dies here. We were flexed in a couple of weeks, which is you want to be flexed because that means you're great, but you know how the Giants do on night games. But good. And Raul is joining us. Yeah, thank you. Hey guys, good evening. Great shocking victory. Against Seattle. This win is a building block, absolutely, for the Giants. Huge. Well, not shocking to Tim and Keith. Tim and Keith predicted, and they were solid, spot on, boom, confident, boom.
We almost nailed the score down between him and I.
Almost, very close. I was way. I had us losing, and the score is all fucked up. But let's talk about.
You were terrible last week.
Being wrong.
It's
I
true.
was bad, and
You
we'll
were
we'll,
terrible.
we'll talk about the picks and the who did what last week coming up in our world famous pick segment.
World famous.
A little bit of good news today. Maybe a lot of good news today. Well, depending on if you're one of those assholes in the Giants groups that say Colt McCoy should start moving forward.
Oh my God.
Danny Dimes practiced fully today.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't limited in
Nice.
any fashion.
we
Practiced
go.
fully today. I would appreciate him taking it easy tonight. Getting somebody to maybe stroke that hamstring, and make sure that hamstring's all good.
Let me ask you guys something. What's up with Slayton? Like he didn't get a catch till like the fourth quarter. What was going on with him?
He's been half injured.
He's
he's
still hurt a little bit.
He has several injuries he's dealing with. Yeah.
Okay, because Shepard came out like that's fantastic. I was very happy with Shepard.
He's got him and Ingram.
They've been limiting Slayton due to some injuries.
Oh my God, they should just cut him.
Oh my God!
Wow. Well, it's the course of the season. That's why depth is important, just like any other sport. But
Depth?
Depth.
They shouldn't kill him. Just
we get to a certain point and we just want to, you know how us New Yorkers are. We just cut him, get him out.
Get him out.
But he was a full practice participant. So
Nice.
as of right now, obviously you wait to see how he feels in the morning. But as of right now, you think that you might have him in the game against the Cardinals this week.
Let's talk about that Cardinals game.
Let's do our picks as we normally do, and then we'll talk about the Cardinals game.
I'm anxious to talk about the Cardinals, but picks it is.
Yes. So
you're the host.
We usually keep it to it, yeah. We keep our Giants pick at the end with scores and whatnot. But let's get to our picks. First of all, yes, Timmy,
Can
you
I say something?
Yes, absolutely.
We're not going to. I wanted to see Keith flare at the nostrils. We're not going to talk about OBJ's comments.
Oh yeah.
I have it down.
Comment?
But I you know what I was hoping? I was hoping that we talk about it. Brian Peterson's actually a fair weather fan of all, Dolphins, Patriots. Actually, he did root for the Giants in the first Super Bowl. He was at Scott Peterson's house, which we all were watching that.
Thanks.
Watching
Have
that.
some balls to stick to a team.
Watching that.
Wow. Okay.
Jeez. Watching that, but he did root for the Giants over the Patriots, so that's it.
That was residual OBJ anger. That's what that just came from.
Because OBJ's a freaking schmuck. You know what? Get off your penis Giants envy. Just stop it. You're gone, bro. You were garbage. What'd you do? One fancy great catch? What'd you win for us? Nothing. All you won for us is talking smack, smoke a weed in a boat.
He went on a boat.
I don't
He
give
was
a
on
crap.
a boat.
Shut up, OBJ.
Timberlands.
You know what? Number 13, Friday the 13th. I wish Jason killed you, you punk. I don't really want you to die. I don't want nobody.
He's hurt.
Settle down.
No, seriously.
Good
You know what?
Lord.
Shut up. Have some pizza in bed and smoke some weed with your girlfriend. Then go out in a boat and ruin the playoffs for us, jerk. Make a fancy catch and try to earn a
does
ton of
sound
money.
good.
Oh, hey, I'm
girl.
OBJ. I can throw a touchdown, but I can't win a game otherwise. I'm a loser. And when I lose, let me bitch at everybody else and not take ownership of my own crap. Loser, punk,
And kick field goal posts.
punk,
Oh my God.
punk.
Well, I wanted to save it because I felt like that this was gonna be the thing that was gonna draw
Tim started it, bro.
your Flocata.
Yeah, screw you, OBJ, number 13. Bye. You're a Brown for how many years now? Woo! Listen, I am so glad with Peppers. Peppers is a better addition to this team than you ever were. I liked you when you were here. Then you opened your mouth and all that spewed out of your mouth.
I did appreciate the one-handed catch.
All over the place. You fucking jerk. Excuse my language, but you're a fucking jerk. Freaking trucking. I said trucking, right?
You said the bad word twice in a row.
I did.
Mother trucker.
Seriously, no. You know what? Shut your mouth, OBJ. Seriously, just shut up. Play in the Browns. When you went to Cleveland, how much Eli's not as good as the schmuck.
Oh my God!
You now. Seriously, just shut up. You don't shut up. Your mouth.
He said that.
He did.
He did talk shit about Eli and
really
which caused
he kind of retracted. He kind of retracted.
Yeah,
that.
but which is
I
a bitch move.
thought it was Kyler Murray talking.
No, not Kyler Murray.
Who was it? Somebody else was talking.
Baker Mayfield.
Here, I got
Baker
a clue for
Mayfield.
you, OBJ. Before you retract things, think before you speak. Do you know how to do that? Think. You went to college. You were a smart guy, right? Think.
Think about
Jerk.
it. LSU, you know.
No,
But he's just been trouble ever since. I mean, we had the blinders on because he's a Giant. But I mean, look at what he did at the championship game, the NCAA. Talked all this trash about Eli going to, and then which caused Baker Mayfield to talk trash about the Giants picking Daniel Jones at number 6, and then now that pisses me off, and I got to talk all this shit about Baker Mayfield. I hate that guy's guts, and he just sucks every week. And now they're turning him into like a Tannehill type thing, where you just say, "Oh, just don't make any mistakes, and we'll win football games." Screw you, Baker Mayfield.
And you know what?
You're number 1.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Just me on the shoulder.
OBJ, when you left, I said
tired of the commercials too.
On the show, fine. You know,
still
I'm
upset with
sad
OBJ?
you're leaving. Everything else, good luck. Have a good career. Good luck. But you're penis envy for the Giants. You won't shut your freaking mouth. You got to go on all the time, at least 2-3 times a year, going back to the Giants. You know what? When you break up from your girlfriend and she doesn't want to hear from you and she doesn't answer your texts and you're drunk and you're still texting and she still doesn't answer you, maybe it's time to just stop.
He'll just go to the other 20 that he has in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
All right, yeah.
Right,
Raul said,
that one that's got the
real.
golden cha-cha, you know what I'm saying? And
There's
that's
not one.
Cha-cha.
Yeah.
There's no such
No,
thing.
but the most interesting thing he said today or yesterday, wherever it was, he said he felt betrayed. By who? McAdoo? Who betrayed you? Who betrayed him?
I mean,
That doesn't make
if
any
you can
sense.
say,
How do you feel betrayed?
if you
You're the one wearing your
maybe,
Timbs on the boat.
I'm just thinking maybe he's talking about Gettleman when he said I'm not trading the guy, and then he turns around and trades him. Of course we're not privy to what goes on behind the scenes. Did he tell him that or whatnot? But
he wanted
He was
out.
talking about
he
the
did.
coach. He said the coach said he didn't want anybody really dealing with him. I think was it Shermer? Shermer was the coach?
that was Shermer.
That was Shermer. So he says Shermer betrayed him.
Screw Shermer though. Screw Shermer. Screw McAdoo. Screw OBJ. Screw you, Baker Mayfield. I can't. I don't know why it is.
Hold on.
I just hate Baker Mayfield. I just do.
Breaking. OBJ.
Breaking. Wait. Hold on. Internet.
Well, let me not be before we lose him. Hey, Odell, I'm sorry. I know you listen to the show and you hear what I'm saying. Like, what are your thoughts on what I have to say?
Aw, he might need to be burped.
Wow.
Does he need to be burped? Coddled, spanked.
Pretty much where
The
you're
belt?
at.
He's really tiny.
Little. Raul, what's up? Yeah, we did speak about Ray Perkins at the beginning of the show. Rodriguez had a few things to say, so did Timmy. Just watch back the very beginning of the show after the especially long Brooklyn Water Coffee's
Oh my god.
readout.
7 minute long. Also, Raul, we have a special comment from OBJ.
Now wait, is that a direct quote? That's a quote, right?
That's it.
Okay. All right.
Sounds just like him.
All right, let's get to our picks here, guys. Last week, every time I tie Tim, the next week he just
It's hot.
bolts ahead of me.
Bedpost,
He
arm,
did, yeah.
and legs,
That's
or
that.
just-
Let's answer Austin here first. Austin Garcia, chances Gallman has another 100-yard game. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
The Cardinals were known this year for their offense, and we'll get to that, but not especially known for the defense this year. I don't see why not.
And the
If
Giants
if McCoy starts, we're definitely there at 100 yards.
Yes,
If McCoy starts,
out of
definitely 100 yards.
necessity.
Exactly.
But
Hey, Odell, what do you think about the Giants winning without you this weekend?
All right. So Tim goes 12-3 last week. 12-3 for Timmy.
Wow.
He actually Dave, he tied you this week. Dave's usually not even in the top half of the league. For us here. So 12-3. Ed goes 11-4. Your co-host on the Empire 161 show. I went 10-5. Keith went 10-5. A couple other guys went 10-5. Rodriguez, you went 9-6. And shout out to producer Joe from the Mets podcast, the Put in the Book show, because I remember a couple years ago, us doing this on a different website, and him saying, "You guys are not even picking against the spread. Why aren't you guys have a better record?" Joe went 7-8 last week. We don't pick against the spread on this show. So
there it is, Joe.
Let's call out
and he's a degenerate gambler, so imagine.
He is. He is.
That really hurt.
But he's also a Jet fan, so his choice is obvious.
But he was rooting for the Giants this week because he had picked the Giants.
His decision making.
Listen, that's his love. You can't criticize him too much for his love. That's his.
It's rough, the Jets, because people
really
criticize
rough,
us about things,
it's
right?
It's really rough, yeah.
All right, so overall standings now, and I'm just going to do it for this show. Tim is 134-58. Start putting that money on it, Timmy.
No, that's where I'll start losing.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
I'm 132-60. I'm a couple games back, and then Keith is 116-76 at 18 out. Rodriguez 115-77. I mean, even if you bet on every single game, you still come out ahead with those records.
So the guys in the football show are in the top 5, so we know what we're talking about. So you should tune in every.
Well, no, that's just this show.
Damn it.
If it's
ruin
overall,
my hype.
Sorry. If it's overall, then producer Joe is in the top 5. It's Tim, followed by myself, Ed. Ed is really coming up. It's Tim is first place. I'm 2 games out, and Ed is 4 games out. Then you got Joe 14 out, Bert 15, Keith 18, Dave 19, Rodriguez 19, Eric 22, and Kyle, the Cowgirl fan, fittingly last place, 25 games behind Timmy.
All
right,
He can't win everything. That's the Dodgers fan, right?
He's a Dodgers fan. Well, this year the Lakers won. He's a Lakers fan. He's a Dodgers fan.
Come on.
And I think he's from Connecticut.
He had a good year.
He wound up with the Lakers and Dodgers fans.
Connecticut. That's because they don't have anything up there. They have no team.
He's like the 12. Giants. He doesn't
root for the Knicks. Know.
Well, in Tim, you saw in the Woodside chat, right? My good friend of mine, Gus. One
of the guys a Kobe fan, right?
He was making fun of my excitement for the Giants and their recent success and so on, and making fun of the NFC East, making fun of the Giants. I'm like, wait, I forgot. Who's your favorite team? He said the Cowboys. I'm like, oh, you're one of those. And I just ended the conversation at that.
One of those.
It was really. I mean, you're from New York and you root for the Cowboys. Listen,
that's so weird.
Yeah, the only other person I know that roots for the Cowboys like that and is from New York, I can't stand him. I know you know him, Tim. His name is Mark. I won't give his last name on the air.
I thought you were going with.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Tim? Can't stand him.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about that?
Gus, I love Gus. Gus is my boy, but jeez. What?
How does that happen?
Gus.
That is Gus.
Yeah, Met and Cowboys.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
So weird. All right.
What about that?
Dude, I got wackos in my family too. We got Dolphins fans, Raiders fans.
Yeah, but Raphael is
Steelers fan.
I know Raphael's a Cowboys fan, but that Raphael roots for the Mets? Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. That's so weird to me.
Wait, hold on. I got a quote from Raphael on the Dolphins on the Cowboys season.
Okay. But you know what? That sounds suspiciously like Kyle.
It sounds also suspiciously like.
All right. Let's get to our picks here. Coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes. We do get a Thursday game this week, fellas. It is the Patriots at the Rams. The Rams are 4.5 point favorite here. And let's start off with Timmy. Timmy's been going with the Rams every week here.
Ram-a-lam-a-lam-a-lam-a ding-dong. And I'm sticking with the Rams this week. Rams, baby.
Ram it. Just ram it, I said.
Ram it.
I'm riding the Rams and their quarterback jerk-off. You gotta say it real fast.
Yes.
Every week,
Yes.
Troy Aikman says faster and faster. Pretty soon he's going to be like, jerk off. That's it.
I mean, in some games, that's what he deserves to be called.
That's why
Covered
Keith-
that last week, right? Jack off. I went with the Pats. Their
Jack off.
absolute destruction and killing of the Cardinals. I think they're gonna ride high and take them out. Take the Rams out. It's gonna be a tough game.
See, now I can't think of who they actually faced last week. They didn't play the Cardinals.
Patriots played the Cardinals last week. No. What?
Patriots played the Chargers last week.
Oh, the Chargers. That's right. They
Same
killed the
city.
Chargers, though.
Same city. Now, Rodriguez, Patriots, Rams. Who you got?
I think I picked the Rams.
You sure did. You did pick the Rams here.
I did pick the Rams. Yeah, they just don't measure up to Pats, man. Stay out. And the Rams are at home.
Yeah, and that's why they're favored by 4.5 instead of a little bit lower. I went with the Rams too. I know the Patriots absolutely destroyed the Chargers last week, but that head coach there is a lame duck out there. He's done. Kind of like not as bad as Gase in with the Jets, but he's kind of done. And you got a quarterback that can barely throw for 100 yards now. In Cam Newton. So I don't know if it's the arm, if it's injuries, if it's the arm, if it's the COVID that he had.
It's the Dante. He's becoming Dante Culpepper.
No, not Belichick. Dante Culpepper. Remember him with the knee? He had the one good game with the Dolphins, and it was against the Vikings. He scored he had 6 touchdowns.
I also remember the Giants beating them 42-0 in the playoffs. But anyway,
screw them. The lame duck I'm talking about is with the Chargers.
Okay.
I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, no, Belichick is definitely not a lame duck. All right. Next up, the Texans and the Bears. This is so. Let me just real quick. The Bears started off 5-2. They've been shit since. I told you they were going to be shit since, and they've fallen so far that the Texans, who just find a different way to lose every week, and I feel so bad for Deshaun Watson because now, they trade the number one wide receiver. His new number one wide receiver gets suspended for PEDs. Yet the Texans are in Chicago, and the Texans are favored by a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even if the Bears were favored by 1 or 2, it would still be like, damn, this Bears team was 5-2 at one point. But they're pretty overrated. Now I apologize if anybody picked the Bears here after that rant. But Tim, who you got in this one?
The Bears.
Texans.
Right?
Texans.
Yeah.
I picked the Bears.
It's been such a weird season. That's like the opposite of us. We start 0-5. Now we're 5-7. They start 5-2. Now they're 5-7. I think.
Yeah, but they deserve it. They deserve it.
They're scumbags over there in Chicago with their deep dish pizza that you freaking drown in because
It's not
too much
pizza.
sauce. It's not
lasagna.
pizza. It's lasagna. It's some type of casserole. They're just like Jon Stewart said. If I'm drunk 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to think that I'm going to pass out and drown my pizza. I want to have good, greasy New York pie.
They're making a pie, an actual pie.
Casserole.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, if you haven't seen that skit, with Jon Stewart on the show that he used to do about the pizza, where the guy in the mornings, the Daily Show, and the guy from the Today Show saying the Chicago pizza is not that bad, and Jon Stewart opens up, he's got a glass, I think champagne for some reason, in his hand, and he just squeezes it and cracks it, and he just goes off, and it's hilarious if you haven't seen it.
It's great.
Keith, who you got in this one? Texans, Bears, douches in Chicago.
Speaking of pizza, shout out to Bleecker Street Pizza. I used to love eating there after a night out drinking.
Pizza's so good after drinking.
It is,
but I'm New York pizza.
I'm
New
going
York
with Texas.
pizza, yeah.
Texas. Bears.
I'm so jealous of Tim living in New York with the bacon, egg, and cheese, the pizza, the Chinese. That's so much better than down here.
Oh yeah, it really is.
I'm depressing myself.
There's
now.
a Thai food spot over here that's really good. If you like Thai food,
don't do it. There's nothing like New York. And, the people that are not from New York get tired of us saying it.
But it's true.
No, but when COVID
It is.
over,
Any
I'm
Chinese
gonna hop in the
restaurant.
car.
What are you gonna do to me? You're gonna come down with food?
I am. I'm going to hop in the car.
Yes.
I'm going to stop at the pizza place, the Chinese place, bacon, egg, and cheese. We're just going to drive straight down, deliver them, and come back. Just for you guys.
Time it.
Just for you guys.
Time it.
Some places send out frozen. They some of the pizza places up there they send it frozen. I would love Rodriguez Original Pizza on Avenue L. I would love to.
Yeah.
Every Friday we used to do that. And do you remember Chicken Galore?
Yeah.
It was on Rockaway Parkway. Do you remember Chicken Galore?
Yeah.
It was on Rockaway Parkway.
Over here too.
Oh, I didn't know. So it was Rockaway Parkway across the street from Canarsie High School. Across the street down. And my family, every Friday was pizza night, and every Saturday night was fried chicken night with Chicken Galore. We were buddies with the delivery guy. It was that's how far it went. But
it's good food.
Memories. It's so good. All right, Rodriguez, Texans. I'm going Texans too. Screw you, Chicago.
We agree again. That's 2 in a row we've agreed on.
Ooh.
Okay,
Danger.
here we go.
Danger.
What did we do last week? Didn't we do like 7 or something last week?
We had a lot of sweeps last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We did do a lot of sweeps last week, but the ones that I got wrong, real quick, I had the Cardinals over the Rams. Tim has gone with the Rams every week, and so he was the only one that got that right on the show. I picked the Seahawks. Well, it was those two. You had the Rams and the Giants, and I had the Cardinals Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. All right, next up, the Cowgirls of Dallas.
Cowgirls.
Andy Dalton makes his return to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. The Cowgirls are 3.5-point favorites against the Cowgirls are favorites. They have to face a team with no quarterback, no running backs, really no wide receivers to be favorites. All right, Timmy, who you got in this one? Cowgirls, Bengals. Cowgirls 3.5-point favorites.
I like that redheaded stepchild and the Cowboys this week going to Cincinnati. I'll take the Cowgirls.
All right, Keith.
I'm going Bengals.
The Bengals.
No faith in the boys or the girls or whatever the face is.
Wow.
Screw them in Dallas.
Yep,
no offense to our Dallas fans out in popculturepros.com.
No offense intended. I'm not gonna say their name, but you know.
All right. Who. Yeah. It's the girls, and so this is going to be an even split for us. I'm going with the Bengals too. I hope you guys are right. I hate the Cowgirls.
I hope you guys are right.
Hate the Cowgirls.
Yeah, I gotta hate them.
All right, next up, the Chiefs head down to South Beach, baby. Not really. That irritates me a little bit. And Tim, you shed a little light on this because I'm going to shed a little light on this. When they show South Beach and it's a Dolphins game, it really irritates me because they're in North Miami,
nowhere close,
nowhere near,
and not a great area if you just want to go for a little walk. Not a great area. Same thing for like for anybody. It's not a great area. That's not a great area to just hang out in.
It's worse for you.
But I used to love parking at the Walmart across the street, but they put the kibosh on that. All right, but the Chiefs head down to Miami to play the Dolphins. Chiefs are a 7-point favorite here. I do think that we can forego this one. We all chose the Chiefs here, and for obvious reasons. Although the Chiefs did struggle last week, this is a potential. I will say that there's a potential here because the Dolphins defense has been playing.
I think it's going to be closer than 7. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Right.
So this, for you degenerate gamblers out there, you might want to go Dolphins plus 7 on this one, and see where that takes you.
Now he's giving gambling tips. Degenerate.
I'm a pro. Not. Parlay got busted up by the freaking Redskins. All right. Next up, Vikings at the Bucks. The Bucks are 6.5-point favorite. Vikings have been playing well lately. Bucks coming off a bye. You got old man Brady had some time to rest. Let's go the opposite direction here and start with me. You know what? Let's forego this one also. We all chose the Bucks. There's no excitement in it. There's no
Bucks.
I'm good with that. So we're not doing 45 minutes of picks.
Wow.
Me.
Wow.
Broncos at the Panthers. This is a close one. I skipped over the last one because there was a little bit of a spread there. Broncos at the Patriots. Broncos got their quarterback back last week. They actually had a quarterback on the roster that was able to play. Panthers are a 3-point favorite here. We will forego this one also. But all of us picked the Panthers here. And I'm foregoing because the A to Z show is coming up at 7:30. I don't want to put them in a time crunch.
They can wait.
Crime punch.
A crime tunch.
They can wait. And then the 4 quarter show, which is coming on after that with Dave and Align, they can wait also.
They can definitely wait. We are the flagship here.
Anything with us on it, flagship baby. Titans.
So he says.
The testicles. Titans and the Jags. Another one we'll forego. 7.5-point favorites. We all picked the Titans here, and for easy reasons. The Jags are attempting to get that number 1 pick.
Jagos.
But it's the Jets. And Raul, you could chime in with your picks at any time. We'll go through here. Next up, Colts. This is a game. The Colts are at the Raiders. Colts are a 3-point favorite. Colts have not been playing as well as they had been earlier. But then you got the Raiders who needed to have the Jets purposefully lose the game at the end of the game to win that one. We will go round robin here. We'll start with you, Timmy.
I like the Colts to remount. Those goddamn Raiders, man. I'm gonna take the Colts.
All right, Keith, who you got in this one?
Tough game. Go with the home team. Let's go.
Super
Raiders on this one. Yep.
The Raiders of Oak, Vegas.
Nope, not anymore.
Wait, I would love to go to that stadium. By the way, Rodriguez.
I think I picked the Colts.
You picked the Colts. You sure enough did. All right, I'm going to go with the Colts also. I think their defense is great, still great, even though what they gave up to the Titans a couple weeks ago. Tremendo Colts. Just win, baby Raiders, says Raul. Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Raul.
There you go. All right, next up. This is an easy one. We'll forego this also. I think Jets head to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Seattle is a 13.5-point favorite. That's a lot, for you guys who bet against the spread. 13.5 points is a lot, but they're not playing the defense that they played last week, so it is a potential. Next,
look at Mr. Bragg. Mr. Bragg.
A little bit. Hey, listen, we haven't been able to brag the last few years, especially on this show. So I want to get there.
I didn't stop you. I just
all right. Another one. So look, it's bound to happen. It's 2020. All these crazy things have happened so far this year. Not to put anything past any of these teams. There's the cheesehead. The cheesehead of Green Bay. The Packers 7.5-point favorites at Detroit.
Big slice of cheddar.
We all went with the Packers on this one.
Yeah, I wonder who Timmy's picking.
Yeah, we all went with the Packers here. It seems like a foregone conclusion there. Next up, and I mentioned that it's been a crazy year because we are sweeping a lot of these things. The Saints go marching in to Philadelphia to play the Feagles. Saints are a 6.5-point favorite. Hurts is starting over Carson Wentz. We had this conversation last week about Wentz, and then a week later he is benched, and we'll see what happens.
We jinxed him.
He looked
Carson
bad again.
Wentz. Up yours
to Wentz. Listen. Great guy. You do a lot in the community. I will say that for the guy, but you just don't live up to the hype, and that's okay because a lot of guys have not lived up to the hype over the years. But we'll forego this one also because the Eagles have not been picked by any of us.
Rightfully so.
A
garbage
few
in a garbage town.
Garbage. A few closer games here. The Falcons 2.5 point 2.5 point favorites at the Chargers. And the Chargers got a whooping of a lifetime, 45-0 to the Patriots last week. Timmy, we'll start with you on this one. We did split this one.
Yeah, I kind of like the Dirty Birds in this one, so I'm going to go Falcons.
All right. Mr. Fuakata.
I went with the
forgot his name,
Falcons.
didn't you?
Nope.
I went with the Falcons. The Falcons are so hard to predict. They're just like they're so annoying.
They are annoying.
Yeah,
I don't ever bet those games because
That's
I did
why-
one earlier the year, and they screwed me.
But
That's why,
based off of how the Chargers were destroyed last week, I think the Falcons will win this game.
All right. Let's go with
Chargers. Based on how they were destroyed last week, they're gonna try their dang hardest not to lose this game.
So you're thinking a comeback and get their shit back together.
I'm thinking just have some balls and be mad. You got your asses whooped last week. Do something about it.
Against a relatively weak team. The offense is phenomenal.
It's gonna destroy you, but
the offense is great with the Falcons, but for me. Right. For me, 2.5 points on this one is a pick 'em. It's that close, and I go based off of everybody's healthy on that Falcons offense, and I'm gonna go with the Falcons on this one. Like I said earlier, that I feel like
changed your mind.
I
flipped.
No, I feel like the Chargers head coach is a lame duck. I just don't see that. He's lost the players, lost the locker room, and not as much as the Jets, where I'm not sure why Gase is still there, but I am a little surprised that this guy has not been fired. I think maybe if he loses this one, he'll get the walking papers. Raul is going with the Falcons also. I'm
the lone Charger guy. I went by the stats, so
hey,
screw you stats.
Screw you stats. All right, next up is Washington with No Name, who just upset the hell out of the Steelers. They are a 3-point underdog in Arizona against the 49ers. If you can make any sense of what I did. The Washington football team with No Name at the Arizona 49ers. Timmy, who you got in this one?
COVID.
First of all, Adam Gase will be the running back coach next year in Northwest New Mexico State somewhere. He won't even have an NFL job.
No way. There can't. If somebody gives him an NFL job, they need that GM needs to be fired, even though they've hired Gase.
Exactly. He shouldn't be anything above like a running back coach. Nothing above that. Nothing above it. Maybe even water
place
boy.
Kicker.
Nothing above a running back.
Water boy. Little Adam Sandler.
Actually, I'm going with the team with No Name. The team with No Name in this one. Their defense is coming on, man. It sucks that we're such a parallel with these idiots, where both our defenses are coming on so damn strong. But Alex Smith has been a beast. And, I kind of root for the guy. But I don't. So I'm going to go with Washington on this one.
Yeah, Alex Smith. That's that injury stuff that you kind of root for to make that comeback, and people, I don't know if everybody knows this, but it wasn't only just a career-threatening injury. At first, it was a life-threatening injury because of how many different surgeries he had, potential, and he's always
18.
been 18 different surgeries.
That's crazy.
And he's always been that professional guy. So that's the kind of guy that you root for. He does the right thing and whatnot.
But not against
Keith.
the Giants, and we beat them twice. So outside of that, I hope he wins only as many games as we win. So we get the pick 'em, and he just suffers in his success. But I am definitely picking the Portland 49ers to beat the Montana Washington team.
Montana. Hey, Montana. Hey?
One team has no home. One team has no home. One team has no name.
Portland 49ers.
Crazy.
Right?
Austin, that's
Austin,
not impossible,
Austin Garcia
Not
chimed in
possible.
saying would love to see both the Giants and Washington make the playoffs. They ain't happened this year.
I'd love to win the
Because
lottery.
Not this year.
It's just this
Mathematically
year.
impossible.
Yeah, it's just unless they had to go to that 8th, and it'd still be impossible. Raul says the Glendale, Arizona 49ers. Yes.
No,
All
Portland,
right.
But okay.
Portland. Rodriguez, who you got in this one?
I think I picked the 49ers, right?
You sure did.
I picked the 40. Yeah, they just statistically they're better. Even though the defense is coming on in Washington, I still think the Niners can pull it out. That's
Yeah, I
what
don't
she
think
said.
the Washington-Montana team can do anything.
I'm going to go with the 49ers also. They're starting to get healthy. Not to say that they're going to rip off, four straight games here. But with the health, they've not been good on offense, and this is a bad. It is a great. No, let's not say great because our defense has been great. Good defensive team.
We're great. We're great.
But as they get healthy, their offense becomes better. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers here, and I'm also that's my heart and my head. There, Steelers at the Bills. And, this has a different kind of flavor to it now, right? So, Timmy, I'll let you start off. Steelers, Bills. Pressure on you in that house
I think
with
he
the
picked
Steelers losing.
based on his look in the other room.
He's looking at me. He's looking at me right now.
Do you want me to go first?
You're like, babe, look.
No, let's get back to him.
I want to go last. I want to go last.
I'll go Tim. Broco, we got to look out. I went ahead and I picked the Bills because I'm the better friend of Tim. I think that the Bills.
The better
He
friend.
picked the Bills.
I think the Bills. I think the Bills are. The Bills are a little
She just
gritty.
turned it on. She just turned the show on. You just turned the show on.
I think the Bills are gritty, and I think they feel they have something to prove, and I feel the Steelers may have a little bit of semen knocked out of their nuts in the last week game. So let's see what happens. Let's go Bills.
The first time in the history of this show that semen
was knocked out of nuts.
Rodriguez, who you got in this one? Steelers, Bills. So, and this is the other thing. The Bills are. This is a team that was 11-0 coming into this past week, and the Bills. I know that they're home, and I know that they're a solid team. But that's a big news story in the betting world. 2.5-point favorites of the Bills.
Because they are not what they are. Their record doesn't really reflect their stats.
And that's weird, right?
And that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
To that extent,
2-11 to be to win so many games and not be so good. Be really good. I picked the Bills.
You guys are killing
Keith,
me.
Keith, you got to thank you there.
Look at that, Keith. You got to thank you. He's the better friend.
All right. So I'll go next, so Timmy can go last. It's a tough one because the entire time you're thinking Steelers are gonna potentially run the gauntlet here, and Buffalo has been great. They've done it on the road. They've done it at home, and this is a game that on a nationally televised scale is definitely missing fans. The fans in Buffalo for this game would be just out of control. I don't know how many tables they put themselves through, but the fans inside the stadium facing an 11-1 team like the Steelers.
I'm pretty sure they'll be outside yelling at the buses, making sure the Steelers are shitting their pants on the stadium anyway.
But
my whole family would be there if there was a home game.
Yes, with the faces painted and all.
Can I just say that if you want to hear Tim's pick, you have to pay for the PCP Angel Dust Pop Culture Pros All Access. You're not going to hear it here on this show.
It's not a bad idea.
For the safety of his life.
I did not want to say PCP, but damn.
All right.
Value Tim's life.
So Rodriguez went with the Bills. Keith went with the Bills. I'm putting a lot of pressure on Timmy if I go with the Buffalo Bills because it feels like it's going a different way. But I am going with the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one because I feel that it's a bounce back. I think the Steelers, if they were going to lose a game, it absolutely was going to happen against the Redskins or a team like that.
And
but
the yellow intrigues you.
Yes, that's exactly the reason why. So I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The 11-1 will go to 12-1 Pittsburgh Steelers this week. Timmy, who you got in this one?
Opposite land, Tim. Opposite land.
She's looking at me. What am I supposed to do?
Is she just staring? Like hide yourself. Like cover yourself.
Everybody, Tim's in opposite land. Tim, who's your pick?
No, but I'm gonna have to be honest. To be completely honest, if the Steelers won last
Not
week,
all marriages are built on honesty. Just warning you. But go ahead.
Wow.
if the Steelers won last week, I'd be picking the Bills this week. But because the Steelers lost, I am picking them to win this week against the Bills. Their defense is still defense. Their offense is a little suspect, but their defense is insane. But like I said, if they would have won last week going into this game, it'd be a different story. But because they lost to the stupid no-name morons, I think they're going to come out on fire. So
You better sleep.
Sorry.
with
2
one eye
games
open.
up.
I have to go.
You better sleep with one eye open.
I have to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers on this.
Remember, who the bleep that I married, Timmy?
It's a safe pick unless you're married to Samantha. But I honestly think that the Steelers were exposed last week, and the Bills are going to further expose them. But good luck, Tim.
Hey, I hope it does. It'll be a happy.
The fans
household.
are asking. The fans are asking
for the record,
Keith,
Tim's wife
for you to expose yourself.
No, they're
Whoa.
not. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
You know what I mean?
No fans are
Okay.
asking that. No,
I
fans
got
are
3
asking
quick
that.
things to say. Number 1, Tim's wife is a huge Bills fan. That's why we're joking around with him. Number 2, Farachi's comment, and then it goes right to Rodriguez's reaction
Timmy.
and the fear that I might actually do it.
Timmy.
Oh,
Sam.
see that?
I don't care who he picks.
One eye open, buddy.
All right. Now we got the Monday night game. This is a surprise to me, but just based on the way things have gone this year, the Ravens at the Browns Monday night, good game. Listen, I as much as I hate what the Browns are, who the Browns quarterback is, who the Browns wide receiver is, supposed number 1 wide receiver is now injured. I'm a New Yorker. I dropped the entire I there. Injured. But this is a pick'em game. Raven, you did not think about that coming into this year. I know you thought that the Browns were going to take that next step, but you did not think that the Browns Ravens in Week 14 of the season was going to be an even, and it was going to be a pick'em game. So I will start off with you, Timmy, on this one. Ravens Browns. It is pick'em.
Forever Ravens, nevermore. That's where I'm going.
Nevermore. All right, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, any other week I would pick the Ravens, but I just got to say there's 2 factors that's playing into this. Number 1, the Browns have been hot, and they're at home, so I'm going with the Browns.
Rodriguez.
Lars and I are agreeing, man, a lot. Browns.
Timmy, give the Yankee
Browns.
fan. The Yankee fan with the thumbs down.
Yeah, that guy.
It's a pick'em game. I hate the Browns. I'm going with the Ravens. Simple as that. Easy,
I know you
easy
hate them. I know
peasy,
you hate them.
lemon squeezy.
And they deserve it.
Yeah, yes, Raul, I 100% agree with you on that one. All right, let's rewind a bit. Cardinals are a 2-point favorite at the Giants. Cardinals have been playing pretty shitty lately. Kyler Murray, whether they want to admit it or not, that shoulder is hurting more than he's letting on. And it annoys me to a degree because he's my quarterback in fantasy, but he stopped running the ball too. Yeah, this guy's quick as shit, and he stopped running the ball because he's hurt and he doesn't want to get hit in that shoulder. So look, this is a game to be able to build that momentum after just beating the Seahawks. Now you beat a Cardinals team who's been in it this year. They've fallen off a little bit now. They're a little bit more vulnerable now because their quarterback seems to be hurt more than what they're letting on. And from a gambling perspective, it's a damn good bet. Bet on the Giants this week. Yeah. It doesn't get a better than this in the degenerate gambling world. And you can ask producer Joe from the Put in the Book show. He'll tell you the same thing. Cardinals, Giants. Timmy, who you got in this one and the score?
Can I go last? I want to go last again.
Yes. Keith,
I might be making a change. I might be making a change. That's why.
Okay, if you're making a change, that means you're uncertain. If you're uncertain, I'm no longer your friend for at least the next 3.5 minutes. But as of right now, so you got 3.5. 3.5. And don't make me slice your throat 3 times either. I'll throw you through a wall too. The Giants are being completely disrespected in this game. The Cardinals were destroyed last week. They were taken apart. The Cardinals have been playing like crap. Kyler Murray has not been playing the way he should play. He's obviously a little hurt. He's obviously a little banged up. I think it has to do with his legs. Who knows what else? The Giants are coming off. I'm talking. Do you mind? Do you mind?
I just want to give you the facts instead of made up bullshit.
The Giants are coming off of 4 straight games. Not only are we coming off of 4 straight wins, we're 5-2 in our last 7. We just went to Seattle, took down one of the top teams in the NFC without our starting quarterback. Then we're going home to play a struggling Cardinals team. And Las Vegas, you still put us at a -2. Disrespect. We are going to take this game. Let's go Giants.
I do after the show. I'm going to message Rich Mancuso because he's a Cardinals fan. I want to get his take on this bad boy. Rodriguez, who you got? Cardinals are 2-point favorite.
I'm taking the Giants, man. I mean, that defense is on point. They're riding high. The kid is coming back. Slayton will be 1 week better. Everything is gonna work out. It's gonna be a great Giants win.
By the end of the game, you're not going to know who Leonard Williams is or their quarterback is because they're all going to have the same jersey on. Bam, bam, bam.
Okay, so I do want to say that's a change from what you sent in. So we're going
did
Giants
I pick
now.
the Cardinals?
You did pick the Cardinals.
Oh no! Why did I pick the Cardinals?
My speech convinced them.
It did. You are.
I think you motivated me because I was torn. I was really torn. Damn, did I pick the Cardinals?
I mean, he's a masturbator. I mean, master debater. So he convinced you.
That's on him.
He convinced you.
No, he didn't convince me with masturbating. That's for sure.
No, master debater.
Okay.
All right, I am going with the Cardinals. I mean the Giants on this one.
Oh, I'm going with the Cardinals.
Are you?
What are you going with?
I'm going with the Giants.
Okay, I'll stay with the Giants.
All right, what's the score? Keith, did you give the score?
I did not give the score.
No,
he's slacking, scumbag, dirtbag.
Yeah, he motivated me. Don't yell at him.
Listen here, you gonad.
Listen,
piece of motherless.
Gonad.
You're getting priced right this week.
Gonad.
I'm gonna price
yeah.
this week.
Shit, yeah.
well, Steve got kicked out because of gonad throat of Facebook. Steve was literally banned, and I'm talking about Faraci, banned from Facebook for gonad throat. What gonad throat is? Look up gonad if you know what that is.
What's the score?
Let's just give us the score.
It's hard to tell because we don't know who's quarterbacking. If Danny Jones quarterbacks, I am going to go with a 27-17 win. If Danny Jones is not quarterbacking, I am going to go with a 19-17 win.
Just pick one.
No, I gave 2.
Rodriguez.
Good Lord.
What's the score?
I'm thinking that the Giants are going to win 21-17.
I'll take it.
You will never guess that I wrote down 21-17 for my choice as well.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Giants, 21-17. Raul says the Giants are going to show up big, beat the Cardinals up by a score 27-13. Hey, I'll take it. Austin, you say 27-20 Giants.
Oh, everybody's going 27 like the big K right here. You guys are smart.
Big K, the big strikeout.
Hey, I got more wins than you.
The big strikeout.
Only Tim can call me a strikeout right now. And Faraci,
I can too, you dirtbag, scumbag.
Yeah, you got a lot more one win than me.
You call that 1999 phone line for the free picks of the week to get your picks. I know you do.
With is that Mean Gene Okerlund?
I don't know. I get text messages. Call now, $29.99. Get all the picks of the week. Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. Austin also says DeAndre Hopkins might be out this week. He does have neck and back stuff going on, so we'll see on that.
Even better
with him. It feels like he's always got something going on, but he gets out there anyway.
Even better.
So I'm going with the Giants 21-17. Timmy,
he's picking the Cardinals. I know he is. Go ahead, Punk.
He's taking a Cardinals.
He's flipping. He's doing it.
I originally picked the Cardinals, but I did not know Kyler Murray was hurting. I did not know that. That's a huge factor. And I did not know DeAndre Hopkins is hurting. Therefore, I am going with Big Blue, switching it up.
I think my speech
going to win.
Titillated you.
Your speech was very good. You did. It got me right in the cockles.
At least you weren't messing.
So cockles, by the way, cockles. You want to make sure you spell that out right. The cockles, like in the heart. Giants are going to win this game 24-17.
Oh,
boom.
Price is right at me this week. I get it. I feel it.
We all went with 17 for the Cardinals, and the reason why it's impacting me more is because Kyler Murray is my fantasy quarterback, and he's just not been. Usually typically 35 to 45 points. He's been in the 20s lately, and that's just I ain't cutting it for me. It's playoffs time. Playoffs.
Okay, degenerate.
Eric says I have a son named Eli. I'm trying to relate here. Well, when
Okay.
when your son or the Eagles win two Super Bowls over Brady, they got one. They ain't gonna get any more. It's impossible. Ain't happening. All right,
Eric, tell him his middle name. Tell him Eli's middle name. I know his middle name.
Is it Phil? If it's Phil, it's fantastic. Eli Phil's aunt.
Eli Payton.
Eli Payton. Let's see if Eric is still watching.
Right.
All right, so as
He might be getting ready for
if
the
Eric
show.
is going to join, yeah, he should be getting ready anyway. We're gonna put a big old blue and red, white, sometimes throwback ribbon on this bad boy. Right there, baby. Right there, 56 LT, baby. He is the best
I can't
there
wait.
is, the best there was, and the best that there ever will be.
See, and
Oh.
and what a coincidence, because that's his son's middle name, Hart, after Bret Hart.
Oh,
And
really?
Eli's the quarterback with the most heart
Eli
ever in
Hart?
the NFL, so it makes sense. But his heart
Boom.
has E in it.
Hey, look, we do things the right way here, Eric. That is fantastic, and my that was a Canadian tribute, Bret Hart, and a little bit of Chris Jericho in there, baby. So that'll about wrap it up for us. Check us out at the Facebook group. We Stomped You Out. Check us out the mother site, the mothership. PopCulturePros.com. Lots of giveaways. There's a giveaway up right now, and it was for Promising Young Woman, and it's a virtual screening. Could be watched anywhere. So check us out there. Got a lot of content coming up, a lot of giveaways, some raffles in the future. So a lot of interesting things coming on. Timmy, any final thoughts for the millions and
He's in wrestling
Millions.
mode.
I had to beat you too.
I am a little bit.
No.
That's it.
Have faith, people. Have faith in that defense.
Because you gotta have faith.
And Daniel Jones, if you're ready to go,
Okay.
go. If
there.
you're not ready to go, Daniel
That's
Jones,
right.
don't go. We're gonna win with our defense.
That's
All
right.
and
Awesome,
the
thank
prick,
you.
the prick below. I mean, Keith below you. Keith, any
I think I
final
laid it all out
thoughts?
on the table, brother. And if you didn't listen to the show, you should re-listen to it and hear all my thoughts. Done.
Done.
Austin Garcia.
Hey,
Austin
Garcia.
316.
Yeah.
Coming back.
I like it. Yeah, Austin, appreciate you joining. First time here. Please share us out if you liked what you saw, which what you say
Spread the word,
indicates
spread
that
the
to
word.
us. Spread
Come back,
the
Austin.
word.
We'll be here next week, bro. Don't listen to
Don't
Farachi.
spread the talk.
Don't spread like Keith. Spread the word. Rodriguez, any final thoughts here?
Wow. Don't spread like he. All right. Listen, wear a mask. First and foremost, guys out there, remember this. Wear a mask. Be safe. Also, Giants, we're going to win this week, baby. Look at that. Timmy says it right there. The G-Man will win this game.
G-Men. And then the following week, we got flexed. I'm ready, baby. Let's go Giants this week. The stress factor is going even higher. The stress factor, just like I said last week, it was high for the first time in a long time because we're playing meaningful. Doesn't matter what our record is. This is one of the hottest teams in the NFL. Don't come at me for that. They won 5 out of 7. The other 2 games they lost by 3. They're 3 points away from having a 7-game winning streak. Okay, so these are the teams that cause trouble in the playoffs. And I'm not beating my chest on this yet because we're not there yet. I'm not going to jinx it, but you just get in there, and this team with this defense can wreak havoc.
See, when you beat something, Keith's ready.
As long as you have the paper towels there, it's all good. Don't flush them because you clog the toilet. All right. So for myself, for Timmy, Keith, Rodriguez, the best Giants crew in the business.
Yeah,
we'll talk to you guys next week. And as always, we keep you up to date on everything
page.
that's going on in the We Stomped You Out group on Facebook. So we will talk to you next week. Hopefully we have a victory on the opposite end of whatever heart attack we have on Sunday. We'll talk to you next week. Peace out, everybody.